It is Thursday night, and you know what that means. Thursday at 9:15-ish Eastern. That means it's another FusionCast starring me, your host, Fusion64, along with me would be the co-host for this evening, and that is my pal Rebel Blood 80. How you doing, sir? Back from the wilderness, correct?
What's happening? Yes, I survived.
All right. Well, that's good. You're alive. We didn't. We were as when we left you last. We were not sure if you would or not. So
I got all the components to the boat, and I rode the boat out of the woods and escaped Jason Voorhees.
that's good. I think I've done that.
Friday the 13th video game reference.
I think
that's the only way I've beaten that.
I've done that one time. I think is through the boat. I think.
Yeah, the only time I've
goes
done
for
that
the car. Really, everybody goes for the cars usually.
And I ran over a guy swimming. I don't know why the guy was swimming, but I ran him over with the boat. I guess the guy didn't know what he was doing.
That's too funny. What a great game.
Yeah, you should get a Steam Deck, and we should play it on Steam.
That game's probably dead on Steam, isn't it? Probably dead. It's dead everywhere usually.
Games usually live longer on Steam.
Oh, yeah. It's because most people steal them or they're cheating, so.
You can't steal a game on Steam.
Sure you can. There's just, there's scumbags, PC players are always stealing stuff on Steam.
Okay.
Oh, man. So how you been? Good?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty down, too, because the vacation's over. I did not beat Pikmin.
Oh, no.
On vacation.
Oh.
But I'm back. I'm here now, and I think we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Do we?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
You've been playing some games?
I've been playing some games, and I've been reading some things, and there's some disappointments in the future, I think.
Whoa. Man, you got a lot to talk about then, because I don't have that much other than what I've been playing, really.
All right, well, what you been playing? Why don't you hit this off?
I have been playing 4 different games, but that's going to go to 3 because I've come to the realization that one of these games I'm not going to play anymore.
Zelda.
No. It would be Alan Wake Remastered. I'm done with it.
Really? You don't like it?
No, it's not. It's not that. It's just that game was a really good to great game in the 360 era, and I've beaten it already. And so I don't need to play it again.
Makes sense. You got to see enough of it playing the remaster.
Yeah, I got to see enough. I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't think I need to keep. There's a higher priority of stuff that I have to play that I don't need to play this. Nothing really.
And like I was telling you, if you were to come over and I was to boot it up on my PC, I'm willing to bet it would look exactly the same.
Yeah,
if not slightly better on the PC.
And like, it's not. There's really not a satisfying gameplay loop, really. That's not really what that game is about.
I could see that.
So,
of course, I haven't beaten it yet, so there's still that in it for me to go through. So are you hoping that they modernize the gameplay a little for Alan Wake 2, or will you be disappointed if it's more of the same?
No, I would like for them to modernize it a little bit with some, upgrades and stuff like that, but obviously with it being like a new story, as long as the story is good and compelling, I'll be fine.
I agree.
But I don't need to play this story that I played in the Xbox 360, and the gameplay is all right. It's pretty good, but I don't need to play it right now. So I was only playing it because it was free. I would probably never would have bought it. So, quote unquote free.
Yeah, I think I still got to go. It was this month's free game, right?
I think it might be last month's. I don't remember.
Oh,
I think it was last
hopefully
month's.
I got it.
Yeah, you always got to add those to your library, bud. Always got to add those to your library.
Yeah, I forget. I thought they had an option to automatically do it, or
no,
they were talking about
I don't think so. No, they ain't never doing that. They're hoping you never add it, so you
Yeah, so when I really want to play the game, I got to go out and buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right. Always got to add the games.
Yep. You have to.
Speaking of which, I didn't add the new free Epic games. So thanks for the reminder.
No camera this week. We're in kids soccer season, so it was like a mad dash to get back from soccer, eat dinner, and get this baby fired up. So, and in place of the cam, I got a nice little Nintendo Switch OLED picture down there.
It's just as good.
It is, really, yeah. You don't want to see my ugly mug,
Yeah,
So
I'd rather look at the Switch OLED.
Right, yeah.
And this fantastic looking game on the screen.
It is
look at them graphics.
Incredible game, let me tell you. Since you're just throwing that segue out there for me, we'll just go right into it. This game is awesome. Awesome. And that is Brotato.
Not Broforce.
Not Broforce, no. It is Brotato. And it just launched last week on the Nintendo Switch Entertainment System.
Don't ever say it like that again.
The Nintendo Switch Entertainment System.
Oh man, that's like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Dude, this is a must play for you. A must play.
I was playing it before the podcast.
Get out of here. Oh, all right. Okay. What do you think?
I've only got like 15 minutes in it, and it seems cool.
Okay, you need to play a little bit more.
Yeah,
if you like Vampire Survivors, I can't imagine you won't like playing this.
Agreed. It does not seem as good as Vampire Survivors to me, though. It feels a little bit more like an auto Geometry Wars.
Well, you are only played 15 minutes, so I can't, you got to unlock some stuff and play for a while. A lot of people think this game is better than Vampire Survivors.
A lot of people being you.
I've heard
only you.
The internet. I've heard the internet say that this game is better than Vampire Survivors. The internet has said that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think
I don't know. I haven't played Vampire Survivors in a while, but I'll be playing next week, so I will come back and maybe do a face-off with both of these games. I do. Vampire Survivors does do the. I think one of the developers worked on casino games, so like they have the music down pat that like sucks you in basically, and like the sound effects that sound like you're in a casino, and it's like, ooh, gambling.
Yeah, from what little I played, the music wasn't the best in Brotato. It was fine. It's passable, but there's definitely something about the Vampire Survivors music that just keeps me going.
This feels deeper and more
you're
layers,
crazy.
More layers to this.
No, Vampire
more
Survivors
customization, more layers.
Crazy deep with secrets and
there's you're upgrading like your stats and they make a big difference. It's not just random. You are creating your guy the way you want to create him. There's ton more characters that each run is going to be totally different. So
you're crazy.
You won't get that in 15 minutes of gameplay, so I would rather you just not even played it before you come out here and start talking about this after 15 minutes.
Now, if I was playing Vampire Survivors, that would have been half a run right there, 15 minutes. These runs seem a little too long.
Let's see. They've got an endless mode and then like a 20 wave mode, and then if you beat the 20 wave mode, you unlock higher difficulties with different items and different enemies, but I think each wave is anywhere between like I think 30 or 45 and like 75, 90 seconds. So
yeah, it seems okay. I got to give it more time.
Yeah.
Of which I don't have much of.
I think you're just like hating because people are saying it's better than Vampire Survivors. So I think you already made your mind up. There's no point of even playing anymore.
Forget the console wars. It's the
auto. What are these? What is these?
Auto scroller. Auto.
Just move the left stick. Game wars, basically.
Yes.
Dude,
Somebody out there's got to give these games a name.
I love. Yeah, this game is so awesome. I probably played like 10 to 15 hours just last weekend, and I just love. There's like there's melee builds you can make, uh, gun builds, like magical builds you can make. There's a guy that doesn't even carry any weapons. He just blows up, but his health regeneration is so high that like it just the numbers of you just regenerate so fast.
I'll give it more of a shot.
Yeah, you really need to go in an open mind instead of a closed mind. I should have never even mentioned Vampire Survivors because you had your butthole hurt and is going into it like there's no way this is better than Vampire Survivors.
No way.
100%.
There's like 100 different Vampire Survivor like games now, and
is there?
None of them hold a candle.
No,
there's a bunch of them.
This was probably first.
What are you saying? It came out before Vampire Survivors?
Did Vampire Survivors come out this year or last year? This is 2022. Brotato is.
Vampire Survivors launched October 20th, 2022, but it was in early access before that.
Oh, so it was an unfinished game?
It was. Now
gotcha.
It's a complete game with additional DLC, characters and weapons and pickups.
I have the game and all the DLC pre-ordered and preloaded on my Switch.
When does it come out?
17th, I think.
They're also moving it to a new game engine, so I've got to jump back into that too to see if there's any actual noticeable difference.
Interesting. I'm excited for it, to be honest. These games are awesome. Like these kinds of awesome. Like totally. This was like the perfect game to play after pounding my head against Final Fantasy and Zelda for what 2 months, 2+ months, 2.5 months. It's like
brain dead
and actually it's brain dead, but there is like thinking involved on this game really because you have to pick the right abilities for the right guy. Some guys
more like bullet hells, like old school bullet hells, because it's testing your twitch reflexes.
That's not testing your twitch reflexes really. You're just moving. This is a thinking man's bullet hell game. Let's say that.
Okay, sure, I'll give you that.
Because you've got to build your character. This is like chess versus checkers. I'd say Vampire Survivors is more checkers. This is more chess.
Okay.
Because you're at the mercy of your like treasure chest you find in Vampire Survivors. Where this is you're building your own character. It's a personal story. There's more of a personal attachment.
You're still building your character in Vampire Survivors. It all just boils down to
it's just random.
Whether or not you want to skip that item and hold out, hoping that you get a better item. See, it's more than just playing the slots.
There was because you can. Yeah, that's right. I've forgotten about vampires because you can basically you can grab new abilities or you can upgrade your stuff right when you level up. Yeah. Okay. So it is somewhat similar.
Yeah. It's very similar.
It's very similar. Okay. All right.
It's the exact same game. Just one's a potato and the other one's cool people.
So I love it. I haven't played this week though. I've been busy playing other stuff and busy with kids sports. So what have you been playing? Games or no? You just been raging about fucking Brotato. Me saying Brotato might be better than Vampire Survivors all week.
Yeah, my whole week was just me stewing
like a potato. You're sitting there like
a pot on the stove, just boiling, waiting to boil over.
Boiling over.
No, I've been playing some games. I've been playing Pikmin still.
All right.
Made it a good distance into that game.
Nice.
And had a little setback with it where the difficulty seemed to spike out of nowhere. Got a little mad at it. And I don't want to spoil it for you.
The difficulty got spiked?
Yeah, like big time spiked. Like, oh crap, how am I going to beat this?
I've heard that it's fairly easy up until like the post game. After the credits roll, it gets more difficult.
This was well, I suppose I could spoil a little bit for you since you played the demo. in this, you've got your map worlds, and then on the map worlds you have dungeons that you go into. This was a dungeon that just like spiked out of nowhere because they introduced an enemy that you couldn't hurt with your Pikmin at all. And you just had to run from him, and he would just crush your Pikmin if you got too close to them. So there was a couple of times where I was like, I gotta carry this back to my spaceship. I really want this, but the game's telling me to skip this level and come back, but I'm not that type of player, so I guess it's spiked because of my own damn fault. Because I didn't want to give up on the items on the stage, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, the game's awesome.
How many hours would you say that you are into it?
Oh, maybe around 20.
Oh, wow.
Somewhere between 15 and 20.
Nice. That's a meaty game. Not meaty, but that's a good it's a good amount of time there.
Yeah. I don't know how close I am to the end because we were talking before and you said it's like a 30, 40 hour game, so maybe I'm around the halfway mark or at least closing in on the halfway mark.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like 100% or if that was just like the campaign, but that's good. Nice.
Yeah, because I am 100%ing it. I'm trying to unlock every single item I can on the maps before I move on, but it's basically a Metroidvania, you know, and you need some certain types of Pikmin in order to do certain things.
Is this your first Pikmin game?
No, I'm pretty sure I own Pikmin 1 on the GameCube. It might be buried somewhere.
Well, you own a lot of games, but doesn't mean you play them. Is this your first?
No, I played Pikmin.
Oh, did you?
I played a lot of Pikmin.
Okay.
I'm glad they didn't carry over in this Pikmin the time restraint from Pikmin 1.
See, I've never played the first. I have only played the third one. I 100% of the third one.
Was there a time restraint in the third one?
No.
Okay, I might pick that one up then eventually because I want to go back and try to beat the first one, but that time constraint, even though I hear like once you learn where everything is, you could get through the game, speed run the game basically pretty easily. But it's just, I don't know. I like wandering around with my Pikmin and tossing them at shit.
Right. It's almost like Is it Dead Rising 1 hit the time?
All of them have the time limits.
That's right.
But they're also pretty easy because even if you run out of time, which I never did, you get to keep all your stats and stuff like that and roll it into a new game, so you're even tougher going through the beginning of the game, and you get to where you were quicker.
How was Dead Rising 4? Did you play that one?
I liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Not worth the money I spent on it because I think I bought it brand new.
Ooh. I liked Dead Rising 3 was like... I think I played the demo of Dead Rising 1, and I never played the main game. I didn't play 2, and then when we went to that Xbox event, I played Dead Rising 3. I'm like, oh, this game is awesome. And then I went back, meanwhile, before launch, and played Dead Rising 2, beat that one on 360, and then I liked Dead Rising 3.
Oh, yeah, I like Dead Rising 3 a lot, too. And I think 3 and 4 are the only ones I've beaten, I think. The story is a lot better in 3, but I think 4 overall performs better. The story's not as good, but as you get towards the end of the game, it seems unfinished.
Gotcha.
If I'm recalling right.
That's still like it's not. I don't think that one's on PlayStation. I think it's just 1, 2, and 4. I think.
Yeah, 3 was. I want to say it was a Microsoft Studios joint with.
Yeah, I think so.
Was it Blue something they were called? Made those games.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot who that was. And that game's that sucks. It's on Steam, but it's not deck verified either.
That doesn't mean it won't work.
Right. That means you just got to screw around with it.
You're already looking into this stuff, huh?
I was, because I saw it come up on, and actually there's a good Humble bundle for like all the Resident Evil games except for 4 Remake for $35.
Yeah, I saw that. I own all of the Resident Evil games except for 8 on Steam, so it's kind of
a waste.
Not a great bundle for me. Yeah.
Maybe for me though. I don't know.
Oh yeah. You want to go halvesies on the bundle?
Oh, maybe.
I take RE8 and you get the rest of the games.
I won all of them actually.
Yeah, but it's like a $30 bundle, so I'm not saving any money just for Resident Evil 8.
No, yeah. Speaking of Resident Evil 8, I've been playing Resident Evil 8 in VR this weekend.
Oh, so there was more that you've been playing.
Yeah, I just
How is it?
remembered. It's excellent. It looks really good. It's a little janky's not the right word, but like reaching down and putting bullets in your gun and then remembering to cock it is like more difficult than clicking a button to just auto reload. So it's not janky, it's VR, it's different. So it's more like, oh, I beat did you beat or get far in RE8?
I got to where the big lady was chasing me.
Okay, so I'm just, I think right before that, I beat like the first daughter or sister or whatever. The
How
one
was
that's
the
like the
werewolf?
swarm.
The very beginning of the game with the werewolves in VR. I bet that was
Oh,
intense.
that was pretty intense. And I forgot that like you can't kill any, you're supposed to like die or whatever right there.
Oh, I survived for so long because I didn't know that was supposed to happen.
I'm like, I'm using all my stuff, and I'm like, damn, I forgot I used everything that I got, and I was pissed. I was
running
thinking
and
about
yeah, I
starting
ran out
over.
of
Yeah,
ammo.
I'm like, what the hell? Where are these guys? What am I supposed to do here? This is ridiculous. I totally forgot that. Yeah, you're just supposed to go outside and get pummeled. And I used all my stuff. I was pissed, but I
Oh
beat.
yeah, jumping out of windows, barring doors. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna survive this. My heart was racing.
yeah, it's super cool in VR. Like, I was, it was intense fighting against that first daughter or sister, whatever, the B lady, and I'm trying to fumble and putting the bullets in my shotgun and then cocking it and shooting her, and yeah, it's really cool. But dude, awesome, such an awesome game.
That
Such an
game's
awesome
cool.
game.
I got to get back to it and I got to beat that. So, what happened with that game is the same thing that happens with a lot of games. I'm playing it and I know what I'm doing in the moment, and then something else comes out, and I've got to try the new thing, right? So I play
Yeah.
that for a little while, and then I forget what I was doing in the previous game. So
It's like,
now,
I'll just come back to this later. I don't know.
yeah, all I
Yeah.
remember is I was running from the big lady, but now I have no idea where to go
Right,
because I
totally.
forgot where I've been. Because I tried booting it up a couple months ago, and I was like,
Oh yeah, you
have I been
basically
down this
got.
hall?
Yeah, right, totally. Where am I supposed to go now? What do I need? Yeah, it needs an active time lore.
Oh yeah, that Final Fantasy time lore is awesome. All games need that.
Yep. So like, I think I am right before that. Like I'm about to hit that part where she starts chasing you in the mansion or the clock, the tower, or whatever it is. Uh, but yeah, awesome. And all I could think about was just like, oh man, I can't wait till RE4 comes to VR. That's gonna be great. So
Yeah, that might be more fun than 8. Well, no, I don't know.
I like RE4 better than RE8 by a long shot. So hopefully,
Really?
yeah, I think RE4 is a way better game.
Oh man, Dead Rising 4 is Steam Deck
It
compatible.
is, yes.
You know, that's the poor performance of on 3. Remember, it even sucked really bad on the Xbox One.
Yeah, it was like
System
it
was
was like
made for.
20 frames per second, and
Yeah, it was still a lot of fun. It
it
was
was
just
tons of fun.
performance was just so bad.
Yeah, that was a great game. But yeah, that was my VR experience for probably this month. I've been like, I gotta get back to play this. I gotta get back, but it's hard to find time to put a headset on and be like, okay, everybody, I'm going. I'm leaving this world. Don't bother me, honey. You take care of the kids and the dogs and everything else. And
You should have a dedicated VR room with locks on the doors. No windows. People can't. You don't need windows when you're in VR.
it's not something you want. I want to play like right before bed because I'm like, all right, I just want to chill, and so it's just finding the right time to play VR, which was on the weekend during the day because it was raining. So
Right. I got back into town and everything was wet.
yeah, sure was.
Yep.
What
But I
else?
didn't see any of it on my ride home.
No.
No. But as soon as I crossed into our state, everything was soaked.
And I think the final game I started playing like 2 days ago was I picked back up in Metroid Prime. I think
saw you.
I
I was
was
on Pikmin and I saw you came across my. It did that little bloop
yeah.
and it showed you playing Metroid Prime, and I was like, oh, I see.
I looked at like the walkthrough where I was at. I'm like, dude, I'm like right near the end. I gotta finish this. And I was stuck at like this elite pirate boss, and I couldn't beat him. But I just watched or went through a walkthrough, and I wasn't using my weapons correctly, and
you went on to GameFAQs?
Yeah, basically IGN walkthrough, basically. And I wonder if this is like a GameCube specific era thing, but like after you beat that boss, there's like 12 artifacts you got to collect, and then you can get to the final two bosses, I guess. And it's like that was the same thing in Wind Waker where you had to find like all the missing Triforce shards, and it's like I wonder if that's like a thing they put in at the end, like okay, you got to go collect all these MacGuffins, so
like one of the upper management people at Nintendo at the time was just like, this has got to be in every game.
We got to pad this out. Let's put some things there for these people to find,
Like the Sony management people are like, every game's got to be just like an Ubisoft game right now.
Cinematic. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I'm wondering if it was like a GameCube era type thing. It's like, oh, you're not done yet. You got to go collect these things. And even like I think Skyward Sword was similar to that too. So.
Well, remember the GameCube discs were tiny, right? So they couldn't store all that much information on them.
Right. So then they had to pad it out with like stuff in areas that you've already been to.
Going back through.
Right.
Backtracking, as it were.
But yeah, I really like it. I'm gonna see it through. I'm gonna finish it. That's gonna be like my main game for the next few days. I should be able to knock it out here in a couple days, and then probably start Bayonetta 3 maybe. So while I'm on vacation.
Nice. When are you leaving for vacation this weekend?
Saturday, yeah.
You're gonna be out of town for the podcast next weekend. You're gonna call in from the
bat phone. I don't know. I was almost thinking. Are you available tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Could probably pre-record an episode. I got a few ideas in mind.
Okay, yeah,
some special
I can do
stuff.
That.
Something special for everyone.
You're giving people behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, under the covers.
Not that much happens behind the scenes here.
No,
it's hey, you ready? I'm ready. Let's do
this. Yeah, so that's it for my what have you been playing? What about you? What else you got? I know you got a few more.
After
you done shit on Brotato, I should have just end your segment right now.
Well, I just went to my last played games and Brotato's there. Just played it today. No, I'm gonna give that game another chance. That does definitely seems like a very good in between. Got 10 minutes to kill, waiting on the wife type game.
Totally.
Better than the game I was playing before I went on vacation, Sunset Overdrive.
Oh yeah, that's not a 10-minute game.
No, that's not a 10-minute game. I've been playing a game called The Room.
Is Sunset Overdrive deck verified?
That's a good question. I could find out right now.
Probably not.
Live on the air.
The Room. That sounds familiar.
It is unsupported. But that doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means if it doesn't work, you're on your own trying to get it to work.
Right, totally.
The Room, it's just a puzzle game where you've got this box in the room and you've got to rotate the camera around the box and pull on things and slide things, trying to find keys to open up the box. And then once you get the box open, there's a box in the box.
Huh.
And you repeat the process. And then you get that box open and there's a box in the box in the box.
Oh, boy. One of those.
Yeah. By the achievements, I think there's 5 boxes inside this box. So I'm 2/5 of the way through the boxes in the room. It's cool. It was what's unsupported?
Sunset Overdrive. It's unsupported.
Yeah, I just looked that up.
Okay.
I said that.
The Room sounds like The Witness. Is this something like The Witness?
This came out before The Witness. The Witness is probably a better puzzle game. This game is it's another short time game. You could put like 10 minutes into it, just kind of like messing around, sliding things on this box and poking at it, and then put it down and come right back to it. So it's not that involved. It's okay. I'm digging it. There's like 4 of them, and they're always dirt cheap. It's possible that it's on the Switch or the PS5, even.
Okay.
I know it came to phones. It was a phone game, and you just used your finger to slide stuff.
Vampire Survivors is a phone game.
It is.
Yeah.
But I do not own it on my phone.
It's free.
But I still need to get it on the Switch.
Were you playing Brotato on Steam or on Switch?
Steam.
Oh, that's probably why you didn't like it as much.
Yeah, that's the exact reason. 100%.
That's funny.
No, it was on sale on Steam, and you were recommending it, so figured I had to give it a try.
Yeah. Probably why.
And the only other game I've been playing, which is fantastic, you need to go out and buy this game. Everybody needs to go out and buy this game. Everybody needs to be playing this game. Remnant 2.
Really?
It is 100 times better than the first game.
Really? Okay.
The improvements that they brought to this game are fantastic. The new class system is amazing. The graphics are pretty good.
It looks. It almost gave me Destiny vibes in some of the gameplay I was looking at.
Oh, it's a Souls-like game, but with guns.
Right, but I know
you do a lot of dodge rolling,
loot and stuff in there, right?
The loot is all predetermined, and the loot is all based on like secrets. Like you'll have to do specific things, or find secret holes in walls to make it to a treasure chest, and that loot's going to be there in that chest every time. But the randomization comes in that area might not be in that level every time. Am I making sense?
Yeah, I got you.
Am I just talking out my ass?
No, I got you.
So the only randomization part is the level. So, and supposedly there's so many different variations that they tack onto these levels that you could play through the game multiple times and not see the same thing twice. Apparently, from the game director. The probability of that happening is probably very low, but it's possible. But it's amazing.
It has caught my eye. I've been thinking about it, but I'm still packed with other stuff. It's definitely on the list. I'm putting it on the list of stuff I want to get to.
And they did make it so that way you could play it solo easier now, because they give you a class at the beginning of the game that gives you a dog that kind of takes aggro off of you, so you're not being murdered like in the first. You played the first game, right?
For a short amount of time, yes.
Oh, first game was good, but this one's even better.
Are you playing solo or with other pirates on the personal computer?
I was playing solo, but now I'm going off into other people's worlds and joining them, because I've actually come to something in my world where I need somebody else there with me. See, this is part of the secrets. I'm at this point, it's a side quest thing. And I need somebody there with me to die so I could revive them, so I could get a new trait card, which is basically your stats. They're like skills. But you have to do it in a very specific way. Like, you have to have somebody there and revive them for this to work.
Okay.
And I don't have any computer friends. At least any computer friends that have this game, so I'm kind of SOL. So I'm jumping into other people's worlds, and you could jump into people's worlds that are ahead of you, behind you, at the same part as you. And you get the gear and stuff that you come across doing that, but it doesn't hurt your story progression.
Most people that play on computer don't have friends either, so don't feel bad.
You asshole.
I should pick it up. Is it crossplay?
No, unfortunately.
Boo! Boo!
Yeah, that's like the one lone notch against it.
Oh man. I was gonna ask you. Surprisingly, I didn't know if you were going to be playing this or not, but Baldur's Gate 3 seems like a game that would be up your alley, no?
That's one of the things I was going to bring up in the news. So, yeah, let's jump right into it. I have owned this game since it came out. Have I started playing it? No, because I don't have the time yet. Okay. But I want to, because currently, well, as of several hours ago today of this podcast, it had a higher score on Metacritic than Zelda.
Yeah, then they lost. It's over with.
Is it? Has it gone down?
I thought it did. I could check and see, but I thought somebody said it. They did, but maybe I could be wrong.
Well, it only had 14 reviews on it compared to like
okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's gonna
100 and
go down.
something. And this is a very particular game, so there are going to be very negative reviews about it because that's just the way video game reviewers are nowadays, right?
Right. Yeah.
If you don't like a game, a style of game, and you're giving that game to review, you're going to drop the score on it. You're not going to be professional. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
It's at a 18 ratings, 97.
Oh, so that's still higher than Zelda.
Critic, yeah. So I think
or is it tie with Zelda?
It's Zelda 96, I think, right?
Yeah, I thought Zelda was a 96.
Because fucking fat ass Jim Sterling had to put it at a 7 or something because he's a piece of trash.
You talk about the Zelda review?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piece of garbage.
It's all because of him that Baldur's Gate 3 is beating Zelda.
Shit, scumbag.
I used to enjoy watching her.
Him. No, don't say her. He still calls himself Jim Sterling. So if you can't,
well, you can't change the brand name, right?
No, yeah, that's bullshit. If you can't do that, then hey, I don't have respect for you. I'm not going to call you by whatever So if it's not that important to not change it, then too fucking bad. But yeah, I've seen very little of this game. It just doesn't seem like a game that would be up my alley, even though it's next month it'll be a de facto PlayStation 5 PC exclusive.
Which is really weird.
Yeah.
I haven't read anything as to why it will not come to Xbox. I know why it won't come to Switch.
Well, supposedly they can't get the co-op to work correctly on the Series S. And so that's why they have no release date for the Xbox versions right now because they have to release it on both systems.
That makes sense, actually.
Because
that makes a lot of sense.
Not enough memory, or there's a lack of memory on the Series S, so that's what they kind of basically came out and said.
Because the install size of this game alone is 127 gigs.
Ooh. Now I'm not talking about like storage. I'm talking about system.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly, but if the storage takes up that much room, there's that many assets in the game that it's going to draw on more system memory.
Right.
Especially because the co-op in that game. If you and I were to play that game, you could go one direction and I could go the other direction.
Yeah, it's not tethered basically. So
yeah.
And I think that was a lot of the same issue. What I feel like, see, Redfall, right? Similar, like I don't think it's tethered co-op basically. So like I think that is possibly part of the reason why it was 30. I think Gotham Knights a similar issue basically.
I'm talking about perform badly on everything.
I'm specific. Yeah, I'm not talking about just Series, this Xbox. I'm talking about Gotham Knights was on everything. But they were saying that's why because it wasn't tethered, they had a hard time, getting to 60 or whatever and everything, basically. So,
yeah, because I could attest that Gotham Knights performed terribly on PC too.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and I beat that game. I won 100% of that game before they added more DLC.
And I was listening to the Kind of Funny Xcast today, and they were talking about this whole situation, like, what should Xbox do? Because it's like not a great look to have like this huge, massive game that, like, I don't know, it seems like it's taken the internet by storm. And if it's not released on their platform yet because of the Series S, should they like?
It shouldn't be no surprise.
Should they like
how popular this game is? Because this studio has put out fantastic games year after year. It's just not the type of games that hit the mainstream.
Right. This is like I'm like, okay. I didn't understand why people, when they showed it at a PlayStation showcase, I believe. And like I was like, okay, I don't know why people are going crazy about this game. It's not a me game, so
I still think you should give it a shot.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I would probably end up buying an Xbox and playing Starfield before I went and played that. Probably.
Because
Uh,
it's
Star.
similar in like story choices and things like that to like what a Starfield or a Skyrim would be, right? It's just the camera angle's zoomed out and the combat is
Is it
top-down tactical like
turn-based kind
XCOM.
of? Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
they were
guess is the best way I can
on that
describe
kind of funny show. They were talking like, what should Xbox do? Should they just lift this Xbox Series S requirement and have them just release on the X? And I'm like, oh man, that would be bad. Like, I'd be really pissed if I bought an S and they're like, oh no, you know, this game's not on the Series S. You know, if I'm only 3 years into this generation.
Well, they're probably going to have to do that eventually, no matter what, right?
Right, but
Because they were talking
3
about
years,
the.
man. That I wouldn't. That it's not. I think that's a little too early. I think there would be backlash and maybe lawsuits or something.
It is, but if it's holding back games, it should be done, right?
Right? Yeah, totally. I mean, I don't know. Was it a mistake to?
I don't think it was a mistake. I think it was a mistake for them to come out of the gate and say every game has to be able to play on both systems.
Or they should have maybe.
I think that's where they made the mistake.
Up the memory on this Series S or something. I don't know, but a little bit.
Hopefully, they learn for the next go around of systems because remember they said that they're not doing
mid-gen upgrades.
Yeah, it's going to be just Xbox forever now.
Right. I wonder if they could stream it on like the Series S version has to be streamed or something like that.
Well, that would be neat.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the stories that we were going to have tonight. Sony's
the segue
streaming service, right?
Chronos, I think it's called, or something like that. Am I right? Isn't it?
I believe so. I was watching a little bit today, but I was working, so I couldn't pay full attention.
First to stream, they're streaming in 4K, or at least some people are. I'm not. I'm not even trying it. I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in the streaming stuff at all. Zero interest.
Neither am I.
Not for me. Zero interest. I'd rather play native Switch or Steam Deck or something than streaming to my phone or tablet.
But Sony's still coming out of the gate saying, kind of putting this as their answer to Game Pass. But I think Game Pass is still better because I could download all the games and stream if I really wanted to. But that's not anything I ever would want to do.
Right. Well, you can download the games on their PS Plus too.
Not all of them.
Oh, not the PS3 games.
Right.
Everything else you can, but yeah, not PS3 games.
Which is where I fell off of paying for that service because I was trying to, what was it? What's that game? Heavenly Sword?
Yeah.
And the input delay was just way too much. I was like, this is...
And you know what? Honestly, we really don't want to play those games anyways because they're not, at least like on Xbox, though a lot of those games are in 4K.
Oh yeah, they're not
no, they're not enhanced.
Up.
No, so I mean it's not a good look. They're not looking good.
No, because they could definitely work wonders with games like Heavenly Sword and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Resistance.
Is an awesome games. Series, yeah. I played Resistance 3 through streaming. I had a decent.
How was that?
I had a mostly decent time with it. I didn't play the whole game. I played, I would say, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours of it.
Yeah, I played less than that of the Heavenly Sword game, and I would say it was okay to
playable.
Decent. It wasn't bad. It was playable, but not enjoyable. Also, part of the reason might have been because it was a launch PS3 game.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah. That totally could be. That's a Ninja Theory game, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, they're sticking to the streaming stuff. Their little phablet with the controllers should be coming out soon this year. So, but that's only remote play supposedly. Maybe it will have streaming. I think it's dumb if it doesn't.
That thing's dead on arrival.
Right.
Everybody's making fun of it.
I don't think streaming isn't taking off. I don't think it's. I think it's way behind where even Microsoft thought it was going to be. Xbox.
I'm gonna blame it on Google. I think Google killed streaming.
I don't
They
think that.
they rushed everything out of there. Out. They gave it a bad look, and then they canceled it. What? Not even like a year in, they just drop it like it's nothing. But you also have Amazon doing that Luna thing, which I thought
I
about
just
checking
don't
out.
think people are interested in it.
I'm curious about it, but
And
the
people that play phone on their phones play phone games.
right.
And phones are so powerful now that you can get a almost console like experience on your phone. You can get a better
God, I hate
you can
touchscreen
you
controls
can
though.
get a better I mean, there's people that'll whoop your ass with touchscreen controls with you with a controller. Like
Yeah,
a lot
I
of these
believe
people
that.
are
And
that good. I think if you've ever heard of the claw grip, like they've got their hands like cinched in the claw. They've got like 3, 4 different fingers on the screen on each hand, on each side. So like on certain games like that, but people who play like a lot of phone games aren't interested in like Assassin's Creed or Halo or Uncharted or Last of Us on their phone. They're just not.
I
It's
should
a small
clarify,
audience.
I'm interested in the tech behind it, not so much as playing games across streaming, right?
Yeah.
Because I still would rather either have a disc or download it and play it off of my hard drive.
Right.
Because latency and stuff like that does bother
Sure.
me.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's ever going to be solved at least anytime soon. Really.
No, yeah, I agree. I don't think so.
I think the whole uh, streaming thing is chasing an audience that doesn't really exist.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But I still want to see the tech move forward. So I'm one of the people cheering it on just to see the tech, right? Because way back when the Sega Genesis was king, they had a streaming service that you could order from your internet, or not your internet, your cable TV company.
Yeah, what was
And I
that
always
called? I
wanted to be a
forgot.
part of that. It was called the Sega Channel.
Yeah, my cousin had that.
Yeah, I want to do that so bad. The technology is just cool,
Yeah.
right? Even then, though, you were downloading the games onto a cart that you put in the system. So even back then, it wasn't streaming. You were downloading the game
Yeah.
and playing it right off the system.
Mm.
Man, Sega Channel.
Sega.
Man, I'm starting to agree with people and thinking that Sega should release a new system.
No, they shouldn't.
They were innovators,
They just
man.
need to
They
release a compilation with all of their classic games.
the Sega Channel. Then they did the Dreamcast, which was the first online system.
Nah, they're not. They're not. There's no more Sega systems, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's probably for the best, but
Xbox
man, they were
killed them.
cool back in the day.
Uh,
Xbox kind of became the
they are the Sega.
de facto Sega system.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'll give you that. There was an announcement from Rockstar this week. Did you see it? A big announcement.
Red Dead?
Red Dead Redemption. Remember we've been talking about that?
That is the letdown I was going to bring up. Man, what a
Woo!
fucking bummer.
Man. You know what? I'm excited to play that on Switch if it launches way better than that GTA trilogy did.
I have no hopes in it. I think it's going to be as bad as that GTA trilogy, if not worse.
So I'm first of all I'm waiting on the physical, and second I'm waiting to see how reviews are of this. But yeah, it's $50 too.
I think the backwards compatible Xbox version is going to be better than this.
I mean, yeah, I think they're. I don't think so. I don't know. I think it's at 4K. They may have touched it up a tad, but yeah, I mean, wondering if that's the reason why it's not 60 frames on PlayStation is because they didn't put this out on Xbox, and like they're not going to be like, oh, screw you guys, you know.
The real question is, why didn't they put this out on Xbox?
Because Xbox already has
Probably because, yeah, exactly, because it's the same game, or it's
same-
going to be
yeah.
a worse game.
Right.
I think it's going to be a worse game
Yeah, we'll
than
see.
the Xbox 360 backwards compatible
Some
4K.
of the pictures, like the lighting, maybe looks a little different. So some of the comparison pictures, but like, yeah, I mean, it's basically the same game. I was hoping for, yeah, a freaking remake or something, or a remaster. They said it's not even a remaster, basically.
It's probably just an AI upscaled to 4K.
Probably.
Yeah, my hopes are dashed. I was hoping it was coming to PC. It's not.
Fucking Rockstar, man. Jeez. Well, it's on Switch. It'll be on PC.
Maybe eventually, but
I'm just saying
they
people
haven't
will.
announced it yet.
It's on Switch, so it'll leak, and people will happy playing the Switch version on PC emulated.
Oh, there you go
The
again.
scumbags.
Yeah. That's all us PC gamers.
Scumbags. Out there beating up old ladies in the street and stealing their purses.
What are you talking about? That happened to old ladies over the PS5. I remember when I got my Xbox One, I had to have somebody there in the parking lot with me because picked it up all ass late at like midnight, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get jumped for this thing."
These PC gamers
I
are
need
out
some
there
backup.
fucking hitting old ladies over the head and stealing their purses and shit. Oh man.
No, PC gamers would be the ones calling the old ladies, being like, "Hey, how about your car's extended warranty? Can you give me your credit card number?"
At least I mean, it's got Undead Nightmare on it, so that's neat. I never played the Undead Nightmare.
That was really good.
I know it. So everybody says it's really good. I hate the trend of no multiplayer. That sucks.
Yeah,
Like,
when you could play it on the backwards compatible X.
But
yeah,
it's full of
what's up with that?
Hackers, I guess. A lot of those 360 games, people say they're full of hackers.
Well, yeah, Microsoft doesn't care anymore about that stuff, right?
Which sucks. So that's why it would be nice to have the new version.
But they're too focused on GTA Online,
yeah,
and then Red Dead Online.
Yeah, well, I mean, Red Dead. I think Red Dead Online is basically dead. Really, they didn't fucking do much with it because it didn't. It only sold like 50 million copies and not like 185 million copies.
Well, yeah, didn't they come out with the number?
Yeah,
the total
it's like
number
180,
recently.
180. I think it's either 182 or 185 million copies of GTA 5.
Damn,
Crazy.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Is that beating Skyrim now?
Oh yeah, I think so. Let me see how many copies. Yeah, there's it. I'm gonna guess 100% it beats Skyrim. Let's see. $60 million, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Only by like 125 million.
But which version of Skyrim is that?
All of them as current up to date. Yeah.
Yeah. But the same could be said about GTA. Because how many times have you owned GTA 5?
Oh yeah.
I know I've had it on the 360, the Xbox One, PC, and I've been wanting to get it on either PS5 or Xbox Series X just because of the ray tracing.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, fucking Rockstar does not put the ray tracing on the PC version.
Oh no, it's not on there?
No.
Oh man.
Or at least it wasn't last time I checked. I don't know if they've updated it at all recently.
I'd like for them to do this remaster with GTA 4 maybe, or some, not even remaster, re-release GTA 4, I guess.
No, that game's not that good.
Well, I want to play it again though.
Get yourself an Xbox. Play it backwards compatible.
No.
Enhanced.
It's
one of the
like
enhanced
720 60, I think. On Xbox, I think. I'm pretty sure the last time I checked it was like 720 60 or something like that. I don't think it's got the 4K, but it's got, I think, 60.
60 would be good because that game had performance issues.
Yeah.
Like so many other 360 games.
Boy, yeah, people were pissed about that Red Dead. People were so salty
pissed about it.
Well,
I wouldn't be as angry if they were releasing it on PC for like $30 to $40.
Yeah.
Which it's not a full price game, right? I thought I heard that.
What, Red Dead?
Yeah, Red Dead.
It's 50.
That's too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Boo! I'm still gonna buy it though if it reviews good on Switch.
You know, Rockstar doesn't care because GTA 6 is going to come out and it's going to sell 250 million copies.
Oh yeah, totally.
Or something crazy, right? So they don't care about this other property.
No.
I don't even know why they're putting it out.
Yeah, that's weird. It must be like so minimal amount of work that like figure they're going to make a decent amount of money on it for.
It had to have been more work than that though, because the PC crowd was wanting them to port it over to PC forever, and they were coming out and saying something like, "Oh, it's not possible. It's not possible."
But yeah, but they got it on Switch somehow.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me.
That's crazy that the game's not on PC.
Yeah.
Man.
I do have to give those definitive edition versions of GTA a shot. I've got them on PC.
I do as well. I want to see how that's on Switch now. I know they had a ton of patches, and I think this is a different studio that's doing the Red Dead.
Well, part of the problem with the definitive editions was they ported all the games over to, what was it, Unreal 4?
Oh, okay.
They moved the games into brand new game engines, and of course shit's not going to work right.
Yeah, because I remember the rain was like going through the garage and stuff like that.
Not to mention it just looked fucking terrible. Yeah. It was just like straight white lines coming down. It just looked gross.
I feel like those were based on like the mobile ports, I think.
I don't know. I can't say one way or another whether they were. I suppose we could look that up.
Those are
probably should.
Those are going to be on the Switch buy list too.
Because I do have the original PC versions too, which do not have native controller support, which kind of sucks.
Oh no! Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That is interesting.
Matter of fact, I'm booting up Grand Theft Auto 3 right now, and I'm going to stand in the garage.
Do it. Do it.
Rockstar Games Social Club account is required to play Grand Theft Auto 3, the definitive edition. What?
Oh, do you know, I did play, there was a game released today that I did buy and play, and that is Quake 2 Remastered.
You know what? All the Quake games were on sale, and I picked them up too for like $10. I don't know if I got Quake 2 Remastered. That came to Game Pass,
I think it's automatically, it's a free upgrade if you have it.
Well, you're talking
on
about
PC.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah.
Quake 2 RTX. That's not it, I don't think.
They're good. Like, I feel like Xbox should just hold all of these Bethesda games now as exclusives. I would probably have to get an Xbox because I do like, not the multiplayer stuff so much anymore, but the like Wolfenstein, Doom. I feel like a new Quake is inevitable. Basically, I feel like with these re-releases, they're hinting at something. Wouldn't be shocking if it was working instead of Doom. They're working on a Quake.
Quake 4 was a lot of fun. That game, it had a twist. Did you ever play Quake 4?
No.
So you start off as like your standard Space Marine shooting. What were the aliens called in these games? God damn, I don't. It's been so long.
I don't know. I don't remember.
The Strogg or something like that.
Oh yeah, something similar, huh?
Something along those lines. Yeah, Strogg. Hear that? Strogg. You start off as just like a Space Marine shooting Strogg, and then like you get captured or knocked out or something like that, and you wake up and they're making you into one of them. So then you play the rest of the game as like half human, half Strogg. It was cool back in the day.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, Quake games were cool.
Oh, hey, you have Peacock, right?
I do.
You should watch Twisted Metal. It's okay.
It's amazing. What are you talking about? I forgot to bring that up last week.
Oh, did you watch it? Oh, did you? Nice. I'm only on. I've only done 3 episodes. I actually think it's solid. There's some goofy, dumb shit.
I think it's fantastic.
Really?
I think it's one of the best video game shows, movies out there.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know how critical I am. I fucking hated the Halo show.
Yeah, that was awful. I mean, that was trash.
It was utter garbage. Now I'm struggling to think of other stuff. But everything else video game I usually hate, right? I hated The Last of Us.
Oh, I love The Last of Us. It was
But I
fantastic.
didn't like that game to begin with, so that's
Yeah.
no surprise there.
Right.
But yeah, man, Twisted Metal is way better than I expected.
Hmm.
It's fucking hilarious. It's got action. Kind of has nothing to do with the game. It's awesome.
I think Anthony Mackie's really good in it.
I don't know actors. Who's that? The main character?
Yes.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah, he's great. I think the last episode I watched was the Agent Stone one, or where they get kidnapped. It's the third one.
We watched them all back to back, so they all kind of blend together.
Okay.
I don't really remember specific parts of him, but you haven't gotten to what's his face yet, the clown, have you?
No, he's in like the second episode, or Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth, that's his name.
Yeah, I think he's in like the second episode. So
he comes back.
Oh,
he's amazing.
He? Oh, okay.
He is fucking amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah,
there's
was good.
There's a real good nod to Twisted Metal Black in it.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna hate it. I thought I was gonna hate him. Man, that show's so good.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I go back and rewatch it. Yeah.
Really? What was this, like 8 episodes maybe in there?
Yeah, I don't think there was that many. And I'm hoping it does well enough that they do a season 2.
Yeah, they haven't started on season 2 yet, but yeah, that would be good. I mean, supposedly it did pretty good numbers on Peacock, so.
Good. I was worried that it wouldn't, because who the hell has Peacock other than me?
It was like their most binged show or some shit. I don't know. So. Whatever that means.
Let's see if this is my my Rockstar password. Email not found or password invalid. God damn you, Rockstar. No, that's not my email address either. Let's try this again. Man, all the companies that did this bullshit stuff where you had to sign into their little game launchers or whatever, even on consoles with like Ubisoft, that's just gross.
It's so ridiculous. I can't stand it. It makes me not even want to play your games when they do that shit.
Yeah, and then they're all backtracking on PC. Like Rockstar shut down their game service. EA seems like they're going that route too because they just care less and less about their storefront. And Ubisoft, who the hell knows what Ubisoft is thinking?
Right, totally. F Ubisoft. Although I was thinking there's a good Switch sale this week. I was thinking about getting the South Park, the first game. Have you ever played that? Is it the Stick of Truth? I beat that. Stick of Truth.
That game was awesome. Yeah.
So it's worth the $8.99. I should buy it.
For sure, it's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
At a certain point in the game,
isn't it?
The first one I'm pretty sure is. I don't think the second one is.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But yeah, I thought the first one was Obsidian. Man, they're fucking good.
Obsidian is way underrated, man.
Yeah. They're great. They are.
And which
that was a great
brings us to another point of news I was going to bring up.
Okay.
Did you see that there was some talk today from one of the developers of their new game, Avowed?
Yes.
And how it almost was a multiplayer game, but thank God they stopped and went back and decided to make it a single player game.
That's great. That's great news.
Stuck with their bread and butter.
That is great news.
Pick the image that is the correct. I am not a robot.
I am not a robot. That is awesome. That's good.
It is. But it's also a little worrisome because they did say that the game went through some restarts, a couple restarts, reboots, as it were. And it didn't seem like it was just over the multiplayer aspect of it. Like maybe they didn't have a clear direction or something like that.
You know, If the game is great, no one will worry about those restarts.
Nope, I'm hoping the game is great.
You know,
I really want it to be good.
I've warmed up to the art style. It looks fine as long as the game is
Yeah,
great.
it kind of reminds me of like the Kingdoms of Almanar, whatever, the kind of almost cartoony.
You know what? If they could, if an art style like that cuts down like a year of development, totally fine.
Yeah, as long as the story's good.
Right.
You haven't played the games that this game's going to be based off, have you?
No, the pillars, no.
Oh, they're so good. You really got to give these games a shot, like this style of game.
What, like
The
Avowed?
best one to try it. No, no,
Oh, the
no.
pillars. Oh.
The
Aren't
yeah,
they
the
like? Aren't
isometric.
they almost like In Exiles games or no? They're
Yeah,
CRPGs.
they're
Yeah, no.
CRPGs. They're almost one for one the same.
I
They
just
could
go
be
to.
the same damn
They
video
just
game
make me go
company.
to sleep.
Oh, I don't know. I think you got to give Baldur's Gate 3 a shot for sure.
Oh man, I don't know. Probably not.
Probably should.
Maybe if Baldur's Gate was in VR, maybe I would.
That could be cool because you could be looking down and like moving your characters like they were game pieces on a game board.
See? Now you're coming around. Now,
Hey, I've always wanted a VR headset. I'm just worried I'd be one of the few people that puts it on and instantly starts vomiting,
our,
and to waste all that money.
you know what? If you want, I'll let you borrow mine while I'm on vacation.
Oh, that would be cool. It
Yeah,
would give me a reason to use my PS5.
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
there's a ton of demos.
brings me
Uh,
to another story. Did you hear about PS5's USB ports melting?
I did. Somebody was saying that it was at Evo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
plugging their controllers in.
yeah.
They were saying it
People were
was
not
the
happy.
back USB port, specifically the one I used to charge my controller.
Oof, woof. I don't even use the back one. I think maybe my camera's plugged into that one, maybe. But yeah, I only use the front ones, especially for like the VR or the mic or the controllers or whatever.
All right, Rockstar, I reset my password now. Now let me play your damn game. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to try out some
Yeah, maybe I'll
VR.
pack it up tomorrow and bring it over. And then I'll just let you log into my account and play the games that are mine I own. So
We could do we could be family. I'm not.
I don't even think you can only do it with one person on PS5. I believe, and I already do it with my kids. So
Oh yeah, I forgot about
his
that.
is my home console upstairs, and I'm like the one you got to sign in to. So
Yeah, it's the same way I do it with my wife. If power goes out, the only place I could play Xbox is in the bedroom because I'm mainly signed in there, and then she's signed in there because you gotta have one main system, right? And that's the one that you're located on. That's the one that the person you're sharing with has to use,
right.
right? That's the way it works for PS5. And then
Yeah.
you
So
use the
like
other
I
one.
can his is mine, so he can use mine offline, but I can't use the one downstairs in my room offline. So like when the internet goes out, I'm like, okay, I'll just play something else. I'm not going in his bedroom and fucking playing it. So
Why we have switches.
right, yeah, totally.
Even though I ran into an issue on vacation where some of the stuff I had didn't work.
Oh, because the check-in.
I had set mine to so it would work, but I had set it to airplane mode to save on the battery,
Mm.
and it would not access the online pass stuff because I
Oh,
was in airport. So I would have to take it off to access that stuff,
oh,
and
gotcha.
by then I was just full on Pikmin, so it
Oh,
didn't really matter. It let me play Pikmin, and that's all that mattered.
yeah,
But yeah, that was kind of a bummer.
gotcha.
I was like, I'm gonna play me some Game Boy Zelda games. Nope.
I was almost thinking, we'll see. What is it? When is Starfield? Starfield is like the first week of September, right?
Yeah, we're quickly approaching that.
Right. I might end up just getting a Series S, maybe.
It won't look that good.
It's gonna be 1440 compared to 4K. I mean, am I
It's
going
30
to?
frames per second no matter what.
Right. So it's like, okay, am I gonna notice that huge of a difference from 1440 to 4K?
I actually think 1440 gaming is way better than 4K.
Really?
Yes. My PC gaming monitor is only 1440p and it looks way better than my 4K TV.
Mm. So like, yeah, I'm like, all right. I mean, I'm not. I don't want to pay $500 for another X, but I can
Right.
get like an S for 200 somewhere off some bum on Marketplace or something somewhere.
Which is a pretty good segue into the last little bit of news I had.
You were just full of news tonight. You're like a regular old
I was, and you know what? I didn't
newspaper.
write any of this shit down,
It's
and
just in
you're
your
like
head.
fitting in these segues. Yeah, it's all in my head, and then you're like mentioning stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I did bring that up, or wanted to bring that up. Um, Valve is selling refurbished.
We're right there.
Uh,
I was looking at them.
yeah. So you saw the same article
Steam
I did,
decks.
and I
Yeah.
was, yeah, they're selling refurbished Steam decks, and I was like, man, to buy used, what better place to buy it from than the place that actually made it?
Right.
So you should at least get some sort of warranty on it,
Yeah, you get a one
as
year
opposed to
warranty.
going to disc replay
Right.
and you don't know what
You get like
condition.
30 days basically.
Yeah,
GameStop is selling refurbished Steam decks too, but you have to go to.
GameStop doesn't refurbish shit. I will send you links. I probably could send you 20 videos
Why are you getting
of
mad
a
at me?
guy.
I'm just telling you what their website says.
No, fuck GameStop, man.
That's what their website says.
Can't believe that people actually saved fucking GameStop from crumbling all those years ago. Just those few short years ago. Fuck GameStop. No, they don't refurbish shit.
And I think you can get a 2 year warranty at GameStop. You can get a 2 year warranty, so it might be even better than buying from Valve.
No, I would go directly with Valve.
Uh,
Game,
it's only at
GameStop says that they refurbish it. All they do is, at most, probably not even that, is wipe it down with alcohol.
basically, yeah.
Valve opens the thing up and takes a look inside.
um, but it's only participating ones, and the only ones by us are like South Holland and Bloomingdale, so they're far from us.
Yeah, I'm never going into a GameStop again.
Um, there's a guy in Burbank who is selling brand new Steam decks that are probably stolen. Yeah,
My brother got him off the back of a truck.
yeah,
I had a
100%.
TV like that once.
Yeah, and I'm like, ooh man, because he said he'd do the 256 for 450, and I'm like, I could just get the refurbished one and have a 1 year warranty from
The
Valve
refurbished one, they still had it in stock, and it was only like $520.
for the
I thought that
519,
was,
right?
yeah, for
Yeah,
the big boy
yeah,
edition.
520, whatever it is. Yeah, it's like 319 for the 64.
Yeah, but you're gonna run out of room
Well, you're gonna have
quick.
to open it up, and the NVMe drives are cheap, really cheap, like $70. I think you can get a 1 terabyte for.
Yeah, they're going down in price,
They're way
and it
down
is
in
built
price.
to be opened up. So,
Yeah, I mean, there's like videos, tons of videos on it. Shit, I might just do that.
and you could also put in an SD card too.
Right, I would just open it up and put the drive in it because I mean it's fairly easy. It looks like no hard. It looks as easy as changing the freaking Joy-Con
It was.
sticks,
I was
basically.
gonna say it was probably easier than changing the
Probably
Joy-Con.
100%, yeah,
Probably easier than me opening up my original Xbox One controller and swapping out stuff inside of that
yeah.
because I didn't have a soldering iron. I still don't have a soldering iron.
You just
Man,
get a
those controllers were
just get
built
a
terribly.
pry bar and a hammer and chisel and like chisel it open.
I actually have a small electronics toolkit now, which I did not have back in the day. So it would be a lot easier for me to do that kind of stuff now.
They come with the Joy-Con kits that I buy, and they're cheap as hell. So
I've got a decent one. You buy a Steam Deck, I'll let you borrow my a little electronics.
do you have like the little magnifying glass that's like on your like a helmet, and you wear it, and you can like pull it down in front of your eye with the magnifying glass and the light?
No, but I should.
Oh, no, you totally should. The little minor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
like
was
an
excited when
off-brand iFixit.
I was excited when I saw that. I was like, "Ooh, look, refurbished." I mean, they're basically going to the same price as they were at the summer sale.
I think they're slightly cheaper.
Possibly 20% off. I think the 5.9 the high model was 20 off too, right?
I thought the
Or was
the
it
big boy
15?
edition, I'm gonna call it. I think it was still like over $600
Maybe.
to buy it, and the refurbished one was, what did I say it was, like 520? We should look this up and
We
say the
should have.
actual prices.
Yeah. Whatever. Uh, yeah, that's cool. And then GameStop, GameStop is selling them too because they refurbish things there.
And I still think I'm going to go with my original plan starting this next paycheck to just get a Steam gift card, put that on my account, and then when I get like every paycheck, put a little money on my Steam account, and then when I get enough money on there, I'll just buy it outright.
Yeah.
Which I think would fall in line with their winter sale, because they're going to have to put those things on sale again in the winter.
They're going to have to, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
All right, it's 9:30. It is time for bed.
Time for you to go order a Steam Deck.
It was a good show this week. You had a lot of topics, man. You were firing off this week.
Yeah, you were providing me some great segues.
Yeah.
I usually don't bring the news.
No, you brought it this week. I gotta admit you did bring it. So, check out the channel next week around this time. We should have a pre-recorded episode up next week. So hopefully,
if not, I'll just break into your house, turn on your equipment, and just ramble for an hour.
If you're alive still, if you're not trapped in VR and you're like got your hands down your pants, like, oh my god, VR, VR. You're probably gonna like hack into it with your PC pirate friends and like be playing PC VR games.
Yeah, I'll give it back to you, and you won't know what's on there.
Right. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. That is a show this week. We will see you guys next week. Once again, every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, over here on the Fusion 64 channel. And, yeah, that's a show. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah, like, comment, tell your friends. We're giving away free cookies.
Unless
We're not really
you're
giving away free cookies.
PC player, then we don't want you to dislike the video and unsubscribe from the channel. Thank you.
No, stop that. We need PC players. I need PC friends. Be my PC friend. I have nobody to play Remnant 2 with.
PC friends have no friends. There's PC players who have no friends.
I cannot go back to consoles.